family. Today is Tuesday, May 5th, and I am down at the garden. It's a beautiful day. It is roughly 65, 66 degrees. I think our high is going up to about 72 today. It's a little windy, but it's absolutely beautiful. On days like today, I feel invincible. I feel that I am in zone 8 and I could plant just about anything, knowing that I am in the Catskill Mountains zone 5A and that this weather is going to turn at the drop of a dime. But I'm going to take advantage of the day and get some corn and some beans planted out. I actually also transplanted a lot of my strawberries. I was gifted strawberries, and I planted a few of those in these beds, so hopefully they'll come up and produce a lot of strawberries for us. I'm excited to see what happens with that. I got my lettuce in, and I'm going to drop corn and beans today. I think I planted beans in this bed last year. I'm not sure. I might have to look at the video because beans are nitrogen fixers. So I'll plant something that loves nitrogen in this bed this year. I got to figure out which bed it was. But I'll figure it out and I'll get my beans planted. And then I still want to put corn in this bed. I should rotate it, but I don't think I want to put it in this bed because it blocks my view of the lake when I'm in the garden, which I really enjoy having the view of the lake. So I'm not sure. I don't really plan out my garden. I kind of just come in here and kind of, I just know what I want to grow, and I kind of come in here and just sit for a minute, and the garden will tell me where I should plant it. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. That chair right there, it works. All right, so I'm going to drop these seeds and see what happens. We'll see if they come up. All right, let's get ready to rock and roll. Oh, morning on the mountain, dirt under my nails. So I know that that's a little close. I like to plant my corn close together. I can always thin them out, and sometimes they don't always germinate, so that's why I plant my corn so close together, 2 in a hole. Alrighty, so I got my corn planted. I hope it's not too windy, but the rule of thumb is I try not to plant them too deep because then they won't germinate, and then if you plant them too shallow, they can fall over. So I try to plant them about a quarter of an inch deep, and hopefully they could get their stabilizer roots out so that they won't fall over. Alrighty, I'm gonna drop my beans. And you know what? I thought about it. I had beans in both of these beds, so I have to pick a different bed to put the beans in. So I normally like to put my broccoli over here, so I think I'm gonna just drop my beans in this bed and get, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my beans in here today. So, alrighty family, so I did get half this bed planted with some beans. I switched it up. The garden talked to me and said, no, I don't want to go over there in that corner. I want to go in the front corner. So that's what I did. I planted them in the front. I am going down to the farmhouse and start working on the hoop house slash high tunnel. I've been putting it off long enough. It is a hot mess in there. I will bring you guys along so that you guys can see the transformation. That soil is completely dead in there, so I have to bring it back to life. So let's get ready to go down to the farmhouse. Alrighty family, I guess most people would be embarrassed to show you this, but I couldn't care less because your opinions don't pay my bills. If this can help somebody, I'm all for it. So I'm down here today doing a walkthrough. It's long overdue. I should have been in here, but we still have freezing temps. Well, we did have freezing temps up until this week, so it wouldn't have made any difference whether to plant out in here anyway, because I couldn't plant out heat-loving crops because of the freezing temperatures. It's an unheated greenhouse. But this is a raw footage of what it looks like now. This soil is so dead and so not full of life. So we have to amend this soil and get this place back together again. So this is a lot. I'm not gonna film me doing this, but we're gonna be down here working down here today. I'll probably get a couple of snippets, but this is just too much work for me to try and set up tripods and film, and I don't have time for that. So I am gonna get ready to rock this out. Watch me work. Family, so this is what we got done today. We managed to get a lot of the beds done. I knew I wasn't going to be able to finish today. It was just too much, but I did accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to get my beds ready for planting. My soil was dead, so I wanted to really get in here and fertilize my soil and bring my soil back from the brink of death. Because if you've seen it earlier, it was just horrible. But now if you look at it, look at that. Look at that. That looks amazing. So I brought it back to life. That's my slurry. It's still going to take a little bit of time for the nutrients to and the enzymes to start getting back up in the soil, but it's so much better than what it was, and I got it rehydrated. But I still have a lot of work to do in here, but this is so much better than what it was. I didn't get to my compost pile, which that wasn't really on the agenda today. I kind of wanted to clean it up a little bit, but it wasn't one of my priorities. My priorities was my beds. Oh, look what I did. I planted out all of the volunteer lettuce into one bed. This was my bean bed last year, so it's got so much nitrogen in here because the beans actually put nitrogen in the soil. They have little nodules that they place in the soil that are full of nitrogen, so I'm hoping that my lettuce will take advantage of that nitrogen that they put in the soil. But yeah, my garlic came back in. A few other things came back. My strawberries coming in pretty nicely. I got to get down here and fertilize, but my main goal was to get my bed, like I said, and I'm changing this. I really didn't get a chance to get over here and do anything with this. Wow, look at it. But we're moving it, so I'm going to be moving the compost pile over to that side because it's on a hill, and the compost can go up underneath the soil and it could travel, and then I could plant something in here if I needed to, and the soil will be rich. And I'm moving all of that. I didn't get a chance to organize that either. I knew that that wasn't happening today too, but I'll get to it. But this is something that I really want to try and get done. I don't know if you see that tube that's underneath there. When we switch it over, the tube's going to be underneath so that when the compost gets hot, I could put a fan in there and see if I can help create some type of heat source in here over the winter, even if I have to block off this section, like a greenhouse, inside a greenhouse type deal. I wonder if that would work. So that's going to be an experiment and fun over the winter to see if that works. But anyway, I'm really tired. We got a lot of work done. I wanted to show you guys what we got done. Whew, y'all, let me tell you, I think I'm going to feel this one in the morning. But it was worth it because now I could plant my food. All right, folks, I'm out. I'm going up to go get something to eat and going to bed. Stay blessed, family.